Alright, so welcome back to another video on e-commerce with Vue, Nuxt, Strapi, GraphQL, Docker, and Stripe. So the whole idea here is to know, which is very feasible, how fast, maintainable, and scalable is to build a POC, a proof of concept, e-commerce with Vue for building user interface, Nuxt to streamline the web development experience, Strapi for store the state of application outside of our server, and we can easily manage our data using their admin dashboard. GraphQL, which is a new way to interact with front-end and back-end applications, which solve two main issues, underfetching and overfetching. In other words, it keep the request at bare minimum while saving bandwidth and reduce the page load time, while also fetching only relevant data from the client or from the server to the client. Okay, so Docker allows us to containerize our application so we can deploy it anywhere, whatever cloud provider we want to use, Amazon, Google, Azure from Microsoft, etc. And Strapi, which allow us to integrate payment solutions in our e-commerce. Okay, so yes, this is the methodology, the design, build, test, deploy. I already saw what is the UI design system we're gonna use. VStick for that. Okay. In the previous videos, I also saw that even though that Nuxt comes with some templates, they're still in beta. So for that, and to make our life much more simpler, I'm going to use this VStick using the Nuxt 3 model to integrate Strapi to that. And since there is no Strapi Nuxt 3 models, so let's go with the car integration, a simple one. Okay, so the time estimation of this is less than 24 hours. So here we're going to move on with the setup. Okay, this is the setup. So here in our setup is install Nuxt, which is pretty straightforward. Install Nuxt. Here we're going to do is this for the front end. Okay, so because right now we have these two sides, we have the front end. Okay, so front end and back end. Okay, so on the front end we're going to set up or install Node, set up Nuxt. Okay, set up Nuxt, define common web page, and install Apollo for GraphQL. Okay, for GraphQL. Okay, and on the back end is setup node, or set up a you can go with Strapi. Set up Strapi. Okay, define common data models, define some common e-commerce data models here. Okay, and then install Apollo install Apollo server, and here we're going to install is Apollo client. So the first thing that we need to do is to lay out the backend. Okay, this is the first thing that we need to do. The backend, and then the frontend. Okay. Install Apollo server. Okay, and define basic resolvers. So define common e-commerce data models or types here, types or schemas. Here, and then define basic resolvers, right? So the whole idea here is to now fetch data from the server. So fetch data from GraphQL or from Apollo server, right? So that is the basics, especially when you're going to set up a e-commerce applications or any applications that follow is this client-server relationship, right? Okay. So let's go now for the backend here. And here, now let's go with Strapi here. Since I am not that quite familiar with Strapi, so I will need to dedicate a little bit of time to understand what Strapi is after all. So Strapi allows to manage any content anywhere. Great, cool. Strapi is the leading open source headless CMS. It is 100% JavaScript and fully customizable. So luckily for us, we are using the node package binaries to create our Strapi app. Okay, so let's get started first. Okay, so first I would like to know Strapi. Okay, so Strapi helps us to manage content anywhere, according to their website. So manage content anywhere. Okay, and this documentation contains all technical documentation related to the setup, deployment, update, and customization of a Strapi application. So the original purpose of the project was to help bootstrap your API initially. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do here is to Strapi, which is here, Strapi. Okay, so the original purpose of the project was to help bootstrap your API. The original purpose of the project. The original purpose of the project, okay, was to help. Okay, the original purpose of the project was to help bootstrap. Bootstrap your API. Okay, that's the whole idea of this. So this is the original purpose. Okay, so the original purpose of the project was to help bootstrap your API. Thanks. That's how Strapi was created. So now Strapi is an open source headless CMS. Now Strapi is an open source headless CMS, content management service, that give developers the freedom to choose their favorite tool, that give developers to freely choose, or that give developers the freedom to choose whatever favorite tool they choose, whatever favorite tools and framework they that give developers the freedom to choose whatever favorite tool and framework, and allow editors. So that give developers the freedom to choose whatever favorite tools and frameworks, and editors allow editors to manage okay and editors and allow editors to manage and distribute their content. Editors, exactly, allows what is this? That's right. So allows editors to manage and distribute the content. To manage and distribute your content. Okay? And allow editors to manage and distribute their content. Their content. Distribute their content using their application admin. Using their app admin dashboard or app admin panel. Based on plugin system. Okay, so based on plugin systems. Based on a plugin system, Strapi is flexible CMS whose admin panel and API are extensible. Okay, so based on plugin system, Strapi, which is something that most applications actually, what it does is provide plugins to enhance capabilities. Strapi is flexible CMS. Strapi is flexible CMS whose admin panel and API are extensible. Whose admin panel and API are extensible. Extensible. Again, these two things allows Strapi. Okay, based on the plugin systems, Strapi is flexible. Is a flexible CMS. Exactly. So Strapi is a flexible CMS whose admin panel and API are extensible, in which every part is customizable to match any use case. Well, in which every part, in which every part in which every part is customizable to match any use case. In which every part is customizable to match any use case. Strapi also has a built-in user system. Now, okay, to manage in detail what administrators and end users have access. Okay. Strapi also has a built-in user system. Strapi also has a built-in user system, okay, to manage in detail what the administrator and end user have access to, what the admin and end users have access to. Okay, so with this introduction, now we can know what are the main benefits of using Strapi. Okay, because we can easily, for the developer perspective, the project was originally designed to help bootstrap APIs, but now Strapi is an open source framework, or it's an open source headless CMS that give developers the freedom to choose any favorite tools and frameworks, and editors to modify and editors to manage and distribute their content using the application admin panel. Based on plugin systems, Strapi is flexible CMS whose admin panel and API are extensible. These are the two things that from the docs you can extend from Strapi. Okay, so you have the admin panel. Okay. Cool. Okay. So you have the admin panel and the API. So based on plugin, Strapi is flexible CMS whose admin panel and API are extensible, and which every part is customizable to match any use case, right? So also Strapi has a built-in user system to manage what administrators and end users have access to. So this is the three main capability that Strapi provides. Okay. From developer perspective, the freedom to use and to choose whatever the tool and framework allows. Yeah, because I fear here I want to identify is the different roles, right? So you have developers, editors, and permission systems. Okay, so Strapi was originally designed to help bootstrap API, but now is an open source headless CMS that allows developers to choose, that allows developer to choose whatever framework or tool they want. Editors, they allow editors to manage and distribute their content using the application's admin panel, something that I'm going to look at that. And since this is or since Strapi is a plugin, is based on so Strapi is based on plugin systems. Now you can extend the capability of the admin panel and APIs, and also it comes with a user systems to manage permissions. So what administrators and end users have access to that. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So open source and contributions. So Strapi is an open source project, la 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 la. Here you have is the Strapi documentation, Strapi design systems, and the Strapi community. Okay, this is the anatomy of this. The main repo of Strapi, which contains the core of the project. You can find the admin panel, core plugins, plugin providers, and the whole code that runs your Strapi application. Please read the contribution.md file to have more information about contributions to the main repository. Strapi documentation contains the whole documentation of Strapi. Please read the contribution guide to have more information about contributions to the Strapi documentation. Strapi design system is a design system that is used in the admin panel. It brings consistency between the different admin plugins. Strapi community and Strapi awesome Strapi. It brings consistency between the different admin plugins and the Strapi community and support. Okay, so now that I know what Strapi is, allows to modify content anywhere, okay, or manage any content anywhere, and it is 100% JavaScript, which is great, right? And also, what are the capabilities that Strapi provides? So from the developer perspective, the freedom to choose whatever tools and frameworks, and allow editors to manage and distribute their content using the admin panel. And since Strapi is based on a plugin system, you can extend the capability of the admin panel and the API. It comes with a user system to manage in detail what administrator and end user have access to. A permission system. Okay, cool. Now let's go into the quick start guide. Okay, so quick start guide. Strapi offers a lot of flexibility. Whether you whether you want to go fast and quickly see the final results, or will rather dive deeper into the product. We got you covered. For this tutorial, we'll go for the do it yourself approach and build a project and data structure from scratch. Build a project and data structure from the scratch. Okay, so part A and part B. Okay, let's go with this do it yourself. So before installing Strapi, the following requirement must be installed on your computer. Only maintenance and LTL versions are supported, 14, 16, and 18. No version 18 is recommended for Strapi 4 and above. Okay, no 16 is recommended for Strapi 4 to, okay, from version 4 to 4.3.8. You prefer no package manager, npm or Java. Python is using an SQLite database. Interesting. If using an SQLite database, but I don't intend to use SQLite database. I intend to use this Postgres. All right. Part A, create a new project with Strapi. So step 1, run the installation script. Since I have installed here, yeah, because now it is time to share. Now it is time to share this, my text editor here. Alright, so first let's going to create a new project here from the binaries. Okay, hello. No, you're dead. Are you there? Okay. Why not? Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Okay, I got another keyword setup. Anyway, okay, here we got is this. So let's go to create this. So clear the console. Let's go to create our project, which in our case will be called Nuxt e-commerce. What we can make is this e-commerce. Okay. And that's right, doesn't matter. So let me set up here the latest version of Node.js. So use the latest LSTS. There's nothing installed, so let's go to install is the latest version of Node. That's right. Checksum match. Great. And now let's go to build is the e-commerce. E-commerce. And all right. Create Strapi app. 4.8.2. 4.8.2. 4.8. Holy, okay. Please do. Be my guest. Creating a quick start project, creating a new Strapi applications on e-commerce. That's right. Okay, so since this will be our server, okay, all right, since this will be our server, it'll be much more friendly to myself and other developers to lay out the structure for this project, okay, which means rename the project and all of its dependency, okay. Installing dependencies. Well, in any case, let me create here a folder called the e-commerce, right? Where inside of this will live everything related to the e-commerce, right? which means like I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to remove this, right? And inside of the e-commerce, okay, I'm going to do this, git init. So initialize this init, and now define here is the server for that. What you have is a server. That's right. So inside of this, you have the server. And we have to wait all of that. So while we're waiting, let me take a look at the quick start guide. That's right. And there you go. So the quick start installation setup Strapi with SQLite database. Okay. Other database and installation options are available in CLI installation guide. So because I don't want to use that, Strapi v4 does not support MongoDB. Since I don't want to use that, I don't want to use the SQLite for that. And in fact, I just wanted to use Bootstrap. That's right. Okay. So it is funny. They use SQLite for this. Okay. Okay. So. Exactly. Quick Start recommended, which use a default database SQLite, which allows to choose the preferred database. Custom installation type only among the list of database. Choose a database for your Strapi project. Using installation type only names your project database. So to make our lives much more simpler, okay, let's go to install now Python. Okay, let's now to install Python here. You know, it's like okay, but for Linux. So how can I install Python here? Install Python Windows System Linux. Set up an WSL environment, but I just want to install Python here. Yeah, but okay. Install Python. Yeah, let me is follow is the recommendation, right? Just want to make our life much more simpler. So install Python here. By using is the Python. Python WS. According to them is this, right? Okay, so from their website, if I check out Python install on Ubuntu, okay, how to install Python 3 and set up programming. Python 3, the version, and there you got it. Ubuntu 20, interesting. Ubuntu 20.04 and other version of Debian ships with Python pre-installed. Great. To make sure that our versions are up to date, update the local package index. Okay, interesting. So this, all right. So let me remove the server here. Remove the server. Remove the recursive way and force the server. Okay, that's right. Bye bye. Let me update the package index. Okay, so app a sudo apt update. Okay, then upgrade update your local package index. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Updating my local package here. There you got it. Okay, I already updated that. And so ensure that I have the latest version of all of that. Interesting. So Ubuntu 20.4, 20.0, Ubuntu 20.04 already have that. Already have that. Interesting. Okay, I am updating all of these dependencies. So while you're updating, let me keep reading about this. So this is something interesting. Okay, I'll put Python here. To manage software package for Python, let's install pip. Python pip. What pip stand for? Not sure about that. Pip. Python package index. Okay, Python index package. Okay. A tool that will install and manage programming package we may want to use in our development projects in here. So I will install that. I may install that, but if I look at this, it says only you need only Python. You need only Python install. Okay. All right. And that will be installed using the SQLite database. No problem. Go with the recommendation setup. Not a problem. Okay. So right now, well, reading about this, the second step is register the first administrator user. Okay, so once the installation is complete, your browser automatically opens a new tab, something that already happened, but I delete the entire folder. By completing the form, you create your own account. Once done, you become the first administrator user of this Strapi application. Welcome aboard, Commander. You now have access to the admin panel. Congratulations, you just creating a new Strapi project and you can start playing with Strapi and discover the product by yourself using our user guide or proceed to part B. And part B is build your content. The installation script has just created an empty project. Exactly, the installation script has just created an empty project. We will now guide you through creating a restaurant directory inspired by our food advisor. By our food advisor, the Strapi demo application. Okay, the Strapi demo application. In short, we will create a data structure for your content and then add some entries and publish them so that the API for your content can be consumed. The admin panel of Strapi runs at HTTP localhost 1337 admin. This is where you will spend most of your time creating and updating content. If the server is not already running, in your terminal, cd into my project folders and npm run develop or jar develop to launch it. Step 1, create collections types with content type builder. Exactly. That's what we're going to do. Creating is the data structure. Alright. So let's going to do this step by step. Now, looking at our Visual Studio Code, okay, where here we are installing is all of the package, all of their latest version package that is on. Okay, now if I want to check the Python version, all I have to do is to check this, and I already have the 3.8.10 version. Great, cool. I also can install the latest version of the Python index package. All right. Just in case underneath the hood, Strapi requires that. Okay. And then, right, now create our project finally. So finally create our project using the quick start flag. Okie dokie. That's right. Come on, man. Good. That's all. And now here is creating our project, but this will be called the server quick start. So now what it's going to do is to define is the project structure, install all the necessary dependency, and then launch our application in a browser tab. Launch our application in a browser tab. So this is something that might take quite a amount of time. Basically, for our internet connection, bandwidth. Mm. All right. Okay. So, well, this is installing the dependency. Now let's take a look at the quick start here. All right. So the step one of the part A, which is create a new project with Strapi. Okay. Run the installation script. Okay. So once the installation is complete, your browser automatically open a new tab. Okay. And now you have access to the admin panel. Once you create your own account, so you become the first administrator user of this Strapi application. So welcome aboard, Commander. Cool, cool. So you have just created a new Strapi project. You can start playing with Strapi and discover the product by yourself. Okay, and then the part B, build your content. So if we take a closer look here right now at the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so the funny thing here is that once all the dependency has been installed, okay, dependencies installed successfully, available commands, deploy, develop, start, build, Strapi. Here is running our Strapi application. So building your admin user interface with development, configuration, admin UI build successful, right? So now editors or developers or admins or end users can access to the admin panel, and the users and permission plugin automatically generate a GW secret and storing the .env under the name GW secret. So it used the GWT authentication, the token-based authentication model. Okay, interesting. So the project information here you have is the time, launch in, environment, process PID, version, including the Strapi version and the No edition community, and the database use. Actions available. One more thing. Create your first administrator by going to the administrator panel at this, right? And here you can see all of the console log or the requests made by the browser to the server. Okay? And if we take a closer look at this, that's right. So here we have is or welcome to the Strapi here to create our first admin user. Okay, with my name. Let me use this. Any random password generated. Mhm. Okay, so let me generate a random password for this. All right. go. All right, and welcome aboard. Okay, cool, cool. So that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye bye.